Amplifiez votre passion pour la guitare pour quelques euros par mois. Rendez-vous sur lachaîneguitare.com. Amplify your passion for the guitar for a few dollars per month. Head over to theguitarchannel.biz. Welcome to the Guitar Channel. I am super happy to welcome you a new interview. I have on the other side of the Skype connection the one and only Tania Spalt from the European Guitar Builders Association. Tania, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you, and thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Last time we spoke, it was during Winter NAMM, and it was impossible, to imagine the situation we are in the middle right now. So the grand finale of the Holy Grail Guitar Show should have taken place like next weekend. So what is going to happen? Tell us everything.
Well, yeah, we were very excited, when we were sitting there at NAMM talking. So, the world has changed since then, and obviously we had to cancel the show, as many other events had to be canceled all over the globe, and which it's all been really, really sad for all of us, and we really mourn it because just realized this morning we would be in Berlin right now.
Yeah.
Having a symposium, getting together, celebrating the community. And it is really, really sad that it's not able to happen. But that's the world we're in right now, and we have to deal with it. Mm-hmm. So
the show was officially cancelled last week, right? It was. Some people say that, and were surprised that it was cancelled so late. Can you elaborate a little bit more on why it took so long to cancel the show?
The situation was that it took that long to get clarity with the regulations, because as many countries have instituted a lot of regulations. Either limiting events or banning events at all. And Berlin took quite a while to make the decision of how they were going to deal with events, and didn't make the final decision until last week. Mm-hmm. At which point they decided to extend the at the time existing ban to also include the show date. So that was obviously what was the final decision on events being able to go forward or not. Basically, and what we decided was that since this weekend was really something that we didn't want to just let go by like that, was that we decided to still try to do something and be creative as always.
Yeah.
And we came up with the idea that why not do something online? A lot of exhibitors are already very engaged on social media and with their websites. And so we felt that it just would be too bad, not to do anything on this weekend and just say, well, the show is canceled, let's all stay home.
Yeah. Let's drink our beer at home and that's it. And will it be possible to see the wonderful guitar we should have seen this weekend?
Well, the first thing is that we call it the Holy Couch Guitar Show, because when we felt everyone has to stay home, everyone is on their couches. So the idea was we bring, the stuff from our workshops to your couches and wherever you may be. So we turned the Holy Grail Guitar Show website, or we're in the process of turning it into basically a hub from which visitors can reach exhibitors. We're planning on publishing guitars that would have been supposed to show in Berlin. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we have quite a few of exhibitors that weren't able to even finish their Holy Grail guitars because of the local restrictions. We have colleagues in some countries that weren't able to go to the workshops and still are not. Mm-hmm. So obviously, they weren't able to finish that special guitar they wanted to take to Berlin. But we really want to honor all the work and the preparation that has gone into the work that has been done over the last 6 to 9 months by exhibitors. And so we want to display guitars on the front page of the website where visitors can then, connect to the exhibitors. The exhibitor profiles are on the website, so everyone can go there and see, well, these are the people that were supposed to be in Berlin. And through the exhibitor profiles connect to the exhibitor directly. We're also working on setting up a program where visitors can see things that exhibitors release at certain times. It could be that an exhibitor decides to live stream a visit to his workshop. It could be that they work with one of their musicians to have a demonstration of their instruments online, either live or pre-recorded. Exhibitors can, just post pictures. We have hashtags that people can follow on social media to see the work of the exhibitors who decided to participate in this. And we have a few people that were prepared to do lectures at the show, so we will also include those that might be able to do this online. And so that we've invited exhibitors to put things that they do at a certain time into the program, so that if someone wants to see, okay, so-and-so is opening his workshop for a live visit at a certain time, you can go there and you can click on the link and you can see that. We've also encouraged exhibitors to make themselves available in person. So we have some that will offer to be available on Skype or on other online platforms where you can then call in at a certain time and talk to them personally, because after all, the concept of the Holy Grail is to connect personally with the exhibitors. And so we've there's a lot of exhibitors with many good ideas, and they've been working hard in the last week or so to get things together. We're hoping for a very active online participation across all platforms, basically.
So basically, the program section of the holygrailguitarshow.com website will be replaced soon with a grid of list of exhibitors. Or, okay, this exhibitor will do a live stream from his workshop. This one is going to publish a pre-recorded video and things like that, or picture and so on. So, okay. So in a way, it may be even better than the Holy Grail Guitar Show, because we will get to see the actual workshop of some of the builders, right?
Yes, yeah. And you can also, the nice thing is that obviously everything will stay online. So it's not like in Berlin where sometimes people have to make choices. I want to see this musician play and demo an instrument, while at the same time there is the same thing going on in another room.
We all
so
know
in
the
this
feeling,
instance,
yes,
you obviously have the chance to then go in later and see things that were happening at the same time. And we've encouraged exhibitors to kind of look at the schedule and see that they spread it out over the whole day. The idea is also that we are hoping to be able to do it. We will start Saturday at 11, as we have in Berlin. But the idea is really, since we have exhibitors from all over the globe, that it will run until end of day for our most Western colleagues, meaning I think at this point it's California. So that we would let the whole thing run online in the kind of organized fashion until basically almost Monday morning European time, or basically in the middle of the night. So as you can tell, a lot of things are going with the flow a bit and a bit improvised, but I think we still will see a lot of creative stuff happening, and a lot of people have already told me what they're planning on doing, and it all sounds really, really exciting. It will be very different from what we expected, but that doesn't mean it can't be also as good and fun. And
how many exhibitors were planned for this? How many exhibitors were planned for this edition?
Well, we invite all the original exhibitors, and obviously there are some that feel that they don't have the necessary technical knowledge. They haven't really engaged with online media as much, so they were like, well, I'm not sure if I'm up for this. As of right now, we have, I think, about 70 almost that have committed to doing something, whatever extent that might be. For some, it might just be posting, increase the number of pictures and, being available, being reachable during the day, to some that have very elaborate schedules in place already for different kinds of activities. So it's a really good number, and everyone's really excited about it, and I think everyone is really glad that something is happening, and that for me, I feel really sad for the exhibitors because, like I said before, a lot of people put a lot of effort into preparing their special instruments, and we really want to give them the chance to show it off.
Mm-hmm. How can we help the builders and the EGB association in this strange time we are going through? Anything we can do?
Well, certainly the making of music seems on one hand to have experienced an increase with all the online concerts and balcony concerts that we have seen over the past 2 months. It is interesting. I've heard very different situations. Yesterday there was a newsletter from a musical organization that was talking that they have actually seen an increase in sales of musical instruments and musical instrument accessories. I've heard from some builders that actually really have seen an increase in interest, an increase in orders. I've also heard the other side. We have exhibitors, colleagues basically, not only exhibitors, but we have colleagues that greatly struggle because a lot of them have, flourishing repair businesses that had to close down, and orders are kind of being dropped. Some of our customer group is also on lockdown. A lot of artists are not able to have concerts. They're not able to perform. So possibly not the right time to buy a new guitar. So it is affecting everyone, and especially for our usual kind of crowd, meaning more the small luthier businesses, it is a big challenge. We have, countries where people haven't been able to go to work in almost 2 months now, and obviously that's they're taking a big hit on an economic level, and from the rest of things on the social level, not even to talk about. So in order to support, this was also motivation behind wanting to do the Holy Couch Guitar Show, because we felt that, it might give people the possibility to make some sales, to get some orders. So obviously this is something that, if you have considered buying a guitar, now would be a good time. Because obviously you're supporting small businesses with your purchase, and so I'm really hoping that also on that level, the activities on the weekend will be successful for those participating, and I think it also will again draw attention to the whole community. So it's not only for the exhibitors. I think for the boutique guitar overall, I think our focus in the last few weeks has been so much on one channel in a way that wherever you looked, it was all about the virus, all about numbers going up, numbers going down. So I think it might also be nice to take a little bit time away from that and to let yourself engage with some music, with some company, even if it's virtual.
Yes, definitely.
And to focus on something positive. So that's good for all of us.
Yeah, indeed. And you know that since the beginning of the lockdown, I've started to do a lot of online public interviews with musicians and builders, because I think that more than ever we need to have music around us. We need to have musical instruments, and it's we have to stay focused on what's good in life and so on. And I also wanted to address another point. I know that organizing the Holy Grail Guitar Show for the EGB is a huge amount of work, and also a lot of resources poured into that event. So will there be some kind of, virtual ticket that people can purchase to help the EGB to make sure that this is going to happen again in the future, or anything like that?
We are considering the possibility. Like I told you before, right now everything is a little in flux, and we're doing things on the fly, but we're seriously considering that possibility, because obviously it would support the EGB in offsetting some of the economic damage that the cancellation is bringing. There's still a lot of work to be done to sort out the aftermath of the cancellation on that level as well. So yeah, at this point, I think the most support people can also give is by being online on the weekend, by engaging with the luthiers, by being interested. I think it's also one of the reasons why we do shows is, as speaking from a builder's perspective or builder's wife's perspective, is that we also really need that interaction with the players, because Michael always says is we build guitars for players, and we need the feedback from them. We need that interactive loop of hearing what they like, what they don't like, what they're interested in, because you can build a lot of nice guitars if they don't appeal to the players. What are you building them for, basically? So I think that's also something that to really show the builders that you're interested in what they do, you appreciate the work they do. That's also a big part of this, and will be really nice to see this weekend.
Mm-hmm. The 2020 edition was supposed to be the final edition of the Holy Grail Guitar Show. So the big question now is that will there be a 2021 edition that will be the final edition, or any decision on that subject yet?
We decided at this point that we were not going to postpone the show. There is a lot of reasons for that. The main one really is that times are so uncertain. We have no idea what's going to happen. It would make no sense to postpone, say we'll do something in fall. We don't know if traveling will be possible in fall. I mean, a show of our size, with the internationality that we have. I mean, we had this year exhibitors from more than 30 countries again. Is obviously, we don't know. I mean, the numbers in America going up, so we have no idea where they will be 2 months down the road. If we would push it into the next spring, again, we don't know. There's a lot of uncertainties. Not to talk about any, administrative challenges. It just felt it wasn't right to make that commitment at this point.
Okay.
And so we felt it was better to just at this point to just cancel it. There have been out of everything, like the Holy Couch Guitar Show. We've had members who've approached us with ideas of what we could do if these traveling restrictions, if it goes on longer, to organize things more locally, to bring in fall back onto the AGB community in that level, and to organize more local events, like, similar to people do art walks, invite local luthiers to gather, make smaller events. I think overall this is what we might see over the next year or two, that people will be less inclined to travel, not knowing what traveling will cost us, because somehow, people have to make up for, travel, like airlines and stuff have to make up for what the money they lost. Yeah. So there's a lot of question marks there. And so I think perhaps I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell, no one knows. I mean, at this point still, it was the last 2 months, it was mostly taking things day by day, and it still more or less is that way. Yeah. We have, in Austria, I don't know, in France it's similar probably, but in Austria we have new regulations coming out almost every day. And it's really hard to keep track of them. So I think for the near future, we probably have to resign ourselves to more local activities.
Yeah, and hopefully, probably the next big guitar show that will happen will be, if it's not cancelled, also the Guitar Summit in Mannheim at the beginning of September, which is coming up really close. So at the moment, the official communication is that it is still open, but who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, and we've also been talking to other colleagues, especially Woodstock and Cremona, which are later in fall. And, we're really hoping that they can go forward, but they face a similar challenge. A lot of them are very international shows, and a lot of people traveling from all over, and God knows what the restrictions will be 2-3 months down the line.
Yeah. All right. So, Tania, it was great to have you on the show. So if people want to participate into the Holy Couch Guitar Show, so basically they go to holygrailguitarshow.com and the full program will be revealed very soon, right?
Yeah, there will be all the links on the front page of the website. We will probably run a Facebook group where visitors per se can join. They can connect directly with the exhibitors there, and ask questions. Exhibitor can post there. We will keep YouTube channel updated. We'll create playlists to share things. So, like I said, please use the Holy Grail website as the hub for all that, and we'll try to link as much as possible. But obviously, also our social media channels will offer all of that.
All right, excellent. Tania, I can't wait. I wish I would be in Berlin with you like everybody, but now we have to do this online. And I'm pretty excited about the upcoming weekend, because especially about the fact that finally we will be able to see some of you guys workshop now that usually it's a top secret place we are not allowed to see. So that's a good positive outcome of this situation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I look very much forward to it, because I've made a lot of friends in the community over the years, and we have done some visiting, but not that much. So I'm really curious to see. And I'm sure there's some fun stuff coming out. We've had people talk about, well, my workshop is so small. I was like, well, perhaps we should have a competition of who has the smallest workshop, or something like that.
That would be a good award, yes.
I think there is a lot of, and again, I think at this point it's really important to keep in mind that a lot of people are pulling this off on very short notice, and so it is something that. We've been talking a lot about how to do things, how to help people to do things, how to deal with internet outages and stuff like that. So I'm sure there will be some funny hooplas and oopses going on.
For sure, yeah. Plenty of people going online for the very first time with their smartphone. I'm sure there will be some nice, interesting footage. Yes.
I must admit it will include us. We haven't really done a lot of live appearances online, and we're going to dip our toes into the water like many others do, because we decided, well, what the heck? It should be fun. At least we'll get some laughs out.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure you're going to be surprised that it's not that difficult. And anyway, the whole point of the Holy Grail Guitar Show, as you just mentioned, is to establish the contact between the builders and the people into guitars. So that, for sure, we can do online by discussing either through a Facebook group, doing a direct Skype to Skype connection, or participating into a live event. So it's always the tools are there. Let's use them, and let's have a great weekend for the Holy Couch Guitar Show, right?
Starting May 2nd at 11 a.m. Berlin time, but to follow around the globe for the following 2 days. And we hope that people will have a lot of fun, and they will engage, and they will share our excitement about this.
Excellent. Thank you very much again for your time, Tania. I know you have a lot of work ahead of you to still keep on organizing this chaos that we are all in the middle of. So thank you very much for your time, Tania, and I will see you throughout the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Pierre.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Pour le prix d'un magazine, abonnez-vous à la chaîne Guitare pour accéder aux vidéos intégrales. For the price of a magazine, subscribe to the Guitar channel to access the full videos.